Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of my space exploration run. I am Icon, and today we're going to dive deeper into our way to the stars. I'm going to build a nice plastic facility today and start producing red and blue circuits along the way. I'm not sure how far we're going to get during this episode, but these are the next two milestones, plus showing off some of the progress in between. If you like this series and Factorio, drop my channel a subscription and you won't miss any future episodes. So in between the last episode and this one, I also produced a little lubricant facility here. Nothing too special. I took the liberty to install the flare stack and liquid control mods because I know it's a little bit easy to deal with that, but the gameplay loop would think of me that I should produce solid fuel out of the leftovers from the oil, but I personally don't like to be forced into buffering, so I didn't do that. So we're just burning those fluids and using them later. And apart from that, I installed a new a new electronic circuit facility, which will be feeding our future endeavors a little bit better, because we're going to have quite a hefty production here. So for this stuff, we're going to have this facility there, but as you can see, no red circuits without plastic bars. So we're starting today off with the plastic bars. I set up this little something already. Quite easy setup. We're doing oil refineries on chemical plants, and we're going to pipe that stuff out on a belt. Nothing too special, but what we're going to need in really stupendously large amounts will be pipe to ground and pipe units, because that's just that's what your refineries are made of. So we're going to do our work, I'd say, somewhere over here. I have the motor and engine facility here, and there's the concrete already, so might as well produce my plastic somewhere along the lines here. I also set up a few units of meteor point defense here and there. I made up a little facility to produce the ammunition automated, and basically I only made the defenses happen over here, because if my power plant gets nuked down, I'm going to be really sad. And I'm starting to protect the new blocks that I built up here. If the starter base gets wrecked, well, I don't want to sound mean, but that would be at least a way to get rid of it without second thoughts. So in between this and that, I did a lot of researching. I researched laser technology and, well, plenty of things. So for today's recipe, it's going to be quite easy. We need the oil refining, and then we need the chemical plants afterwards. I'm going to do the oil refining part over here, and we're going to make the other things happen down there. Okay, so we're going to need 3 of those. That's 6. And that's 9. Alright, so 9 oil refineries on 8 chemical plants. I think the chemical plants I can just crowd up together without any problems. So that's 6, 7, and 8. It's quite a simple setup, but I thought like it would be fun to do a oil setup on cam, because I know a lot of people are quite unhappy when it comes down to oil processing in this game, and I don't know, always want to lend a helping hand, because personally I don't think it's that complicated. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, but pretty sure a lot of the people playing this, I don't need to tell that. So we're going to grab the water from here, I think. So we're going to pipe that stuff from here. And let's see, is that worth a underground connection? Yes, it is. Alright. So let's start spreading the water here. Get rid of a few of those rocks. Those rocks are really nasty in the with the alien biome mod pack. Seriously, they are so everywhere, and I gunned down 3 iron chests of worth of rocks yesterday while I was preparing this episode. That's the stress level I'm at with these things. Alright, so I'm ghosting a few of those connections which I can't reach from here, just to make sure I don't forget them. And now we're continuing with just the generic things. There's a new meteor, and that's the water connection. And now we of course need oil as well. So where do I grab that stuff from? Is there any connection available that I could use? Yeah, we're going to take that one here. So ultimately all these connections there pipe off from my little buffer depot I made. So there we go. Let's connect that oil like this. So all the raw materials are connected now. And now we just need to output the petroleum gas into the chemical facilities, and that's already the job's being done. It's really not that horribly hard, especially since I am able to use the simple oil cracking recipe, which only produces the petroleum gas, which is the simplest way to deal with this. Alright, so off goes this, just connecting the whole facility to one pipe system. And we're going to pipe the petroleum gas over here and then back into the facility. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go here. And then it's going to be, well, whatever. I'm going the lazy way here. Let's connect them right away. Boom. Alright. All that's lacking now is a little bit of power and a few defenses, because this is polluting like crazy. And sadly I can't remember anymore if I did set the biters on peaceful on this run or not. I might assume as much, because they are just not attacking my base, but I'm still super afraid that they just behave differently in space exploration, and I'm putting my base to risk. But whatever. Even if they're not attacking, I enjoy pretending like I need to do that. Why? Because I'm a role player. So let's put some firearm magazines here. Now, jokes aside, it's also pretty good to make sure to keep up the habit. Even if they don't attack my base, it's good to have the habit to defend your facilities properly. So we're going to need inserters 2 for the output. Alright. So let's put down a few more gun turrets, and there we go. So let's copy that, because I'm lazy. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to reaching the point where we are able to construct our own construction robots, so that'll be the end of the age of the nanobots. Sorry, sometimes words are just not available when you're thinking about how to connect your coal into that thing. But I think the easiest way will just to spaghetti it in like that. But I won't be able to do the power connections then like I wanted to. Alright, we're out of everything again, so let's get back to the facility. I'm going to grab some red-handed inserters and do it by just fetching it from the long side. So progress is going along quite nicely. The only thing I still keep procrastinating quite hard here is the setup of the mall. It's just with AAI Industries, the mall doesn't come lightly. And, well, I have everything I need up here, so I grew lazy a little bit, but promise I'm going to do that quite soon, because I grow annoyed by my old facility anyways, so I'm gonna change it up to get rid of that annoyance. So let's drive down there and connect the coal to the plastics. There we go. Going to need a few more of the medium electric poles in between, because we're not able to power it like that, because we're going to pick up some coal from the far side of the belt. There we go. And now goes this sort of power. And that's my plastic. I would be needing to splitter this into a second belt after half the facility, so we're going to do that. Going to set it up here. Oops, that was exactly the wrong direction. So, oh, I'm just noticing that this is not that easily possible. So I can't put them onto near dropping those either. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to live with the fact that we're not producing 15 plastic bars per second. So what's happening here, in case you're not understanding what I'm doing here, I would be needing to split these plastic bars on the other side of the belt after 4 of them have happened, because 4 machines produce 7.5 units of plastic per second, so these guys here won't be working as efficiently as long as this is not getting connected like that. But it's not really that important. To fix it, I would need to create a little gap between 4 of those machines, and then I could split it up. That's why I like to add little gaps between facilities by default, so like every 3 or 4 machines to leave a little gap. They're coming in really handy when you need them. Oh, energy weapon damage has been upgraded. Let's keep doing that. I really like to upgrade the energy weapon damage by a lot, because it's so weak at the beginning. Okay. Alright, this is going to be my plastic bar supply. Go. Not exactly 15 units per second, but I'm okay with that. Now then, after this has been settled, let's pipe the plastic through the whole facility first, because we're going to need that. There we go. And next up will be the rad inserters, the rad circuits. So since I now have the plastic I need, it's time to do a red circuit facility. So to do blue circuits, I'll need red circuits beforehand. I'm going to produce the red circuits for the blue circuits on site, because I feel like this is one of the easiest ways to manage that. I only need a quite low amount of green circuits for the pre-production, but we need a nasty amount of green circuits for the blue circuits, so that's going to be quite a big operation. But if I would try to if I would try to produce like 15 red circuits per second, I would see here that I would need way more than that. And maybe, well, if you look at that, even producing 5 of them is going to be a huge facility where we're going to need tremendous amounts of materials. So, oops, that was not exactly what I had in mind. So, turns out that I think 3.75 would be the ideal quota to produce with 1 stack of copper belts. But since that all is not that interesting and, well, I'm going to produce the red circuits before I produce the blue circuits. I just swapped the idea back and forth a little bit in my head, but it just doesn't just doesn't make sense differently. So we're going to cut out the meteor point defense system here. Just hope that my inventory can tackle that. But looks like the answer is yes. Alright. So my military facilities are not planned yet, so I'm going to just remove this for the time being, and we're just going to connect that. I did that in between this and the last episode to make sure I'm going to have what I need to accommodate my needs here. The rest of that build is quite easy. We're producing a crazy amount of red circuits here, and we're only needing an input of green circuits and a few copper plates, and that's it. So that's going to be not that hard to achieve. These connectors here are not necessary anymore, so I might as well cut them, but I'm going to cut that between episodes so I don't clutter up my recording time here with unnecessary things. Just wanted to point that out because it sure looks quite obvious that this is nonsense. So I can't? Seriously? No. Okay, then we might as well use a yellow one. So that's the troubles we're having here, but I don't mind. Alright, so that's the copper plates for the facility. And we're going to pipe out some plastic as well. Whoops. There we go. So plastic, copper, and green circuits. I'm going to grab a few of those green circuits out of this facility because it's just quite handy. But before I can do anything, I'm going to produce those copper cables. So we're going to be smarter this time. And get them down like this. There we go. Oh, I'm out of tier 2 assemblers. So right now I'm still producing the tier 2 assemblers by hand, which is quite a pain. Oh, I need electric motors for that. Luckily I can grab myself a few of those. Quite happy with the progress on that, because it's just so useful to not be relying on the pre-products anymore. The only reliance I'm having here is just to soak that stuff up when I need it. Alright, there we go. So that's 20 and 30. So still needing a few more electric motors. Arf. Okay. Definitely seeing myself expanding on the motor facility as well in the future, but well. So 35, alright, 35 will be sufficient, but I'm going to produce a few more because definitely going to need a few more. Okay, so next up is the inserter need for those guys. They need one inserter for inputs and 2 inserters for outputs. Alright, so that's a quite easy thing to do. There we go. It's connected like that, and this is like here the same thing. I'm going to do it this time better, so in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, all makes sense in a second. So now I'm converging these copper cables a lot earlier because we need the belt packed full, and for this kind of facility I need the efficiency as well. I can't afford inefficiency here. Okay, so we got that. We need 15 of those and 7.5 of those. So yeah, why not just filter that stuff? So we need plastic bars on that side. Yeah, we're going to make a good old filtering business here out of that. So that's that. And I'm going to connect them here. Ah, of course. So we're going to do a little merger over here. So these will be the input belts for my red circuits. Boom, there we go. So, next question, where do we put 15 of those on each side? So I'm pretty sure I want to do a arrangement like that. So we're putting 5 of those buddies over here in clusters of 5. There we go. And next up will be the connection to that and the connection to that. So let's check out the inserter needs. With we need only 1 inserter each for each material, so got off lucky this time. All right, there it goes. All right, there's a big old meteorite in my way. Alright. Lots of stuff I don't really need, but who cares what I need. So we're going to copy those. Boom, 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 and boom. And let's copy the whole side then. There we go. And now all that's left to do now is to copy that, rotate it, and well, we have to output, of course, first. So let's output towards the top side. There's enough room to output towards the top side. So this is by no means a full belt or such, but that doesn't matter. It does offer me a lot of red circuits, and it is quite compact build, so all I need for now. So there we go. The only thing that's left now is connecting the materials here another time. Inner loop to inner loop, outer loop to outer loop. There we go. So these this kind of system I can easily multiply, and that's quite a good thing to do. Okay, only thing left now would be the output elements. There we go. So again, control copy, control C, I mean, and then we go like that, and another control C, and then we just go like that, and rotate, and there we go. So all that's now left is to power that beast up. There we go. I'm going to connect them like this. While I might have already larger power poles available, I keep being stuck with the past. But the small ones are my go-to tools always until I have a working mall, and since a working mall is so far away from me on this run, well. Alright, so we got the red circuits now available. And let's head off to the blue circuits then. I don't know if I'm able to finish that during this episode. I'm quite doubting about that, but whatever. Let's get over to the blue circuits. For the blue circuits, we're going to need sulfuric acid for the first time. But luckily, sulfuric acid is quite easily producible. So the only thing there is we're going to need a lot of oil refining and stuff like that again. So let's check out the oil refiners. I'm needing which kind of materials here? Electric motors again. So these things are electric motors, stone bricks, glass, and steel plates. All right. Glass. Do I have that? Yeah. All right. So, but overall, I think we're making great progress with these things here because once that's all set up and running, there we go. I'm able to produce pretty much anything because I have red circuits, blue circuits, and these are, well, some of the more complicated and demanding recipes in the beginning of the game, which are blocking you from a lot of things. But with these with these being able to be used by the factory, it's quite a large step forward. Okay, so let's get rid of that pin and start working on the sulfuric acid. So I'm starting out with a quite large recipe here, creating 100 units of acid per second. But at the same time, I just want to make sure that I really have what it takes. So we need 7 units of that. Out of pipes, and I'm out of motors. So, okay. Let's change that. So it's going to be quite a similar process, and already assuming that I might be not having enough of enough oil production right now, but we're going to increase that between this and the next episode, so that's not going to be too much of a problem there. One of the biggest problems, well, it's too much to call them, it's not really a problem. The iron plates are the most exotic part about this setup. Yeah, exotic is the best way to say it. So I'm going to duplicate this in a certain way. So we're just going to put a similar refinery down here because the process here is so similar. I can just connect the same stuff again, and that's quite a relief in terms of speed. Alright, but not going to be able to work with the chemical plants the same way because that's a little bit different here. So the chemical plants are 5 of them, and they're getting an intake of water and the petroleum gas here. So I'm going to oh boy, okay, already screwed up with that one. The pipes are not making any sense. Whoopsie daisy. So since I put it up on with the wrong direction, nothing is working here already anymore, so don't mind me. That one went wrong, but not that horribly because I already have at least set down the refineries, and I don't need to do that by hand. That's already something. So let's rotate them buggers and drop down the chemical plants. So the chemical plants are going to take their fluid components from this side, and there's going to be 5 of them. So that's the sulfur we're needing. Alright. I'm going to pick up the oil, the same oil that I'm using here. So where was the oil inlet here again? No matter what, the oil outlet is there. So I'm using that for my for my purposes here. And let's quickly pick up a few units of pipe, because that's what I'm running low on. So running low on pipes all the time, because half of the buildings need stupendous amounts of pipes too. Can't change that until I have them all enabled. So let's do this and finish the sulfur production. I set up a, well, that's not really large, but I wanted to have at least 2 chemical plants producing sulfuric acid, because sulfuric acid is one of those products you need, well, a lot of different departments in the future. And this way I have at least just everything I need, you know. So let's check it out. We're going to have water here and petroleum gas here. Just preparing the connectors. So just want to check out if my distance measurements are okay. So let's connect that. Making sure that we're piping in the petroleum gas after every one of those guys has brought his input to that. And now I'm connecting it up here. So this is one of those situations where it doesn't make any sense to use underground pipes at all. Sometimes it is not useful. And there goes the connector for the petroleum gas. Wonderful. Okay, so we need water for 2 departments. Wonder if I would need, if this one offshore pump is enough for all of that. Gonna check that out later. So we're going to do it like that. So looks like the distance is okay. Don't see any horrible clog ups here anywhere. Okay, so that's that. Didn't manage to connect it automated as I wanted to, but whatever. Can't have everything. So right, let's drop it down here. Doing some nice and organized pipe works is always a, to me it's pretty, I consider that quite satisfying, especially when everything just works. Let's see. So for the sulfur, I'm okay. And well, it's not really good here, but so let's do it like that. I'm going to take the curve over here. It's just it's more of a cosmetic decision because it looks better this way. There we go. The curve for the raw oil was a little bit narrow there and blocked the pathing in a way that I didn't like. Alright, so let's connect them beasties. Looking good so far though. I think everything here should be working out fine. Alright, so we're now getting the sulfur out of these machines, and that's 10 units of sulfur. So we're going to splitter that again after like, well, 2 or 3 machines. Let's splitter it after 3 machines. There we go. And that's that. And now all that I need are some iron plates. Let's see where I can fetch those. Pretty close to them already. Nice. So we're going to output the acid here. Oh, look at that. We're still needing some more water here. Okay. Completely forgot that this operation will need some water. I'm going to plug that stuff in here. So just connecting one of them in between here to have another access line for the water, just like that. Oh. And let's connect that with the pipes. So I'm going to stop today's episode when we're done with the acid, because I'm realizing that producing the blue circuits now would be a little bit too much for my taste. So, oh no, not inserters. Silly me. I don't need inserters. I just need electric poles. There we go. All right. So we're going to insert sulfur from here. And let's check out what kind of inserters we need for that. 3 of them. So no thanks. I'm going to stick with fast inserters here. And, well, it's a little bit sad. So they are, well, I'm going to do that because I just want to do that, okay? So this way I'm making sure that this facility definitely gets the necessary amount of sulfur in. Alright, so there we have it. That's our sulfuric acid pipe. Let's cherish that. Oh no, we're not done yet quite. Okay. So for the iron plates there will be 1 inserter sufficient. Alright. So let's do this, and it's time to talk about the outro. So friends, thanks for watching again. I hope you're enjoying the ride. Next episode, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to prepare the blue circuit factory beforehand and plug it in live. I don't know. I haven't decided fully yet. But with the blue inserter facility, it's not that exciting to begin with. It's just, well, it's quite a simple setup, but maybe I'm going to record it, not haven't decided that fully yet. So my friends, it's time to say goodbye again. We're at the end of today's episode. We're going to finish next episode with blue circuits, more research, and I think I'm going to set up a little bit of a plan in between on how to get to the stores and how to manage the facility, maybe building some mall, whatever. You see, there's a lot of things to do. The factory must grow. See you guys next time. Bye bye.